It's Monday, August 22nd, with me, Muhammad Yusuf, for TVS News at 5. Let us begin with our top story. The United Malays National Organisation UMNO had called for an emergency meeting at their headquarters to discuss matters pertaining to the party's future. Though the agenda of the urgent meeting has yet to be disclosed, the President Datuk Seri Zahid Hamidi's decision to call for such an urgent meeting may be related to Datuk Seri Najib Razak's corruption case at the Federal Court or on the controversial Littoral Combat Ship LCS scandal.
Another possible agenda of the meeting could also be on the retraction of supports from AMNO Parliament members MP towards an early election for the 15th general election. Not all divisional heads were called to the meeting. Those in attendance include AMNO Vice President Datuk Sri Khalid Nordin, AMNO veteran Tan Sri Shahrir Samad, Sabah AMNO Chief Datuk Sri Bung Mokhtar Raden, Pahang's Chief Minister Datuk Sri Wan Rusti Wan Ismail and Datuk Sri Ahmad Said, among others. For the past months, UMNO leaders have requested an early 15 general elections, GE15, and mulled on the idea that the party would win big. However, Prime Minister Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob have stated that the GE15 would only happen once the country's economy stabilizes.
A by-election will not be held for Batu Lintang as the state seat is not vacant. This is following its assemblyman Sichi Hau, who quits Parti Sarawak Bersatu PSB on August 12. State Legislative Assembly Dun Speaker Datuk Amar Tan Sri Muhammad Asfia Nassar rebutted PSB's president call for C to vacate his seat, to which C insists to defend his seat and prepared to face the music.
Article 17, bracket 7, bracket A of the Sarawak State Constitution applies, and I quote, where a person has voluntarily given an undertaking in writing to the Speaker that he will not resign his membership of the party for which he stood or which he belonged to when he is elected to the Dewan Undangan Negeri. Quote ends. There would be that then he would be disqualified as member of the Dewan and his seat become vacant.
He said this at a press conference at the Dun Complex, Kuching, on Monday. Asfia pointed out that the letter of undertaking should have been given to him 15 days after the last state election.
The letter of undertaking, purportedly signed by YB Sichi Hau on 3rd December 2022, was kept by PSB for 8 months and 12 days. The letter was specifically and explicitly addressed to the Speaker. It should have been sent to the Speaker within 15 days from 3rd December 2021 to comply with the date of the election on 18 December 2021.
He deems the case as closing the stable door after the horse has bolted. On to our next news. A recent flash flood that hit Afghanistan's eastern province of Logar claimed the lives of 20 people while injuring 30 others. Hundreds of families were forced to evacuate the area, and locals said the flood was the worst in the past 30 years.
دین روز فهمیدی دین طرفای این وقت بود فهمیدی که سیل آمد فهمیدی بسیار زیاد درد آورد بود فهمیدی طفلا را دیدیم با چشمای خود کس پیشروی خانه ما در کردا تیر کرد مرده بود فهمیدی او رو که دیدیم بسیار درد آورد بود سیاسرای ما فهمیدی از خانه بیخی بر آمد رفتن در سر کوه بالا شدن فهمیدی خانه کلش لمبید فهمیدی انتریان ماندیم که ما چی کنیم آخر راه ما بیخی پیش ما گم
چیزی که بود از نگاه ظرف و اسباب و وسایل خانه به خاطر همی وسایل اینچه خوراک باب کلان از بین رفته یک تو برادر خود ترک ما بود سن نشم شاید سن 11 و 12 بشه دیگه دو تا تفلکا بود از کاکامشان اونا هم دیر زمق کرده بودن و شوری کرده بودن میم درخت بالا شده بودن درخت خود نجات داده بودن اگر نه پناهگاه نجات شدن درخت شده
Rescue team had arrived in the worst hit areas on Sunday to conduct search and operations and bring relief assistance to flood victims. In the past month, a total of 165 Afghans were killed due to downpours and flooding, according to the war-torn country's Department of Disaster Management.
Thank you for staying with us. Now, this week, we will be hyper-focusing on the opportunity in the entertainment and performing arts industry here in Sarawak. A thriving industry in Sarawak where most of the artists, be it singers, dancers, painters, actors, poets, crafters, etc., they rather felt underappreciated, mostly due to minimal opportunity to showcase their talents or gaining the support from the locals, with stigma looms among Sarawakian, locally termed as Inga, or in other words, cringe. But could this be a presumption that is no longer applicable to Sarawak, as it has saw major development in the past 2 to 3 years? We had the opportunity to speak with a well-established figure in the industry on his thoughts on today's topic, Mr. Anding Indrawani. Is Sarawak today ready to welcome more talents into the entertainment and performing arts industry?
We're just starting. We're just starting the industry here. I can see for the past 2 or 3 years, it has been a different situation as compared to, let's say, 5 or 10 years ago. And I can see there's a future for Kuching or even Sarawak to be the next hub for arts or even culture hub in Malaysia as a whole. We're still searching for the right system and also for the right person to in charge new talents. Maybe this is going to be more like a trial session for us. I'm quite optimistic to see that we are going to have not just a talent agency but also our own industry, and who knows that we are going to have our own e-village, or let's say so-called like Hollywood, that kind of thing. We have to think big. We have to think big. Hollywood. That is a good idea. But then again, yeah. We have to think big when it comes to this. And, that is why that explains why some of my fellow Sarawakian artists, they decided to go back. That is why I decided to go back as well. And I just want to contribute to the community, and I just want to be closer to my family. But more than that, I've seen that the industry is booming, and let's just hope. I don't want to go that long. Let's just hope that in 2 or 3 years, we are going to establish a very solid entertainment industry here in Sarawak.
Since we've established the fact that the industry have changed in the past several years, Do you think it is still necessary for Sarawakians to move to Kuala Lumpur, the country's actual hub for the entertainment industry, in order to scale their name further in the industry?
I think it was relevant 10 years ago, or maybe 5 years ago. Now I have this saying that I can still live in Africa if I want to, but still pursue in my arts and entertainment industry. KL is just a center, but then the hub of culture and creative industry or arts and entertainment can be anywhere. I finished my study in UiTM, and I asked myself, okay, then again, I have to find a new place here in KL because this is going to be my next home, and it's bad enough. I mean, I felt so unlucky that I cannot go back to my kampong and to continue my life there, you know. But then again, now things have changed. After graduating, students can always find a job here in Sarawak, find a job here in Kuching, because we already have this. We already have all these platforms. We already have our TV stations, radio stations. They can always be an influencer for social media, and they can always work anywhere. So what I'm trying to say here is, I think looking at KL as the only creative industry hub, that thing needs to be changed. Yeah, and does Kuching has the potential to be the next hub? We don't know. Yes, when Indonesia has already changed the capital to Nusantara, it is going to be just next to us. And we already have another capital, which is in Brunei, for Bandar Seri Begawan. So now we're talking about we are being sandwiched with these two capitals, right? So you have to make use of it. So being Kuching in the middle, so maybe we do have the potential. We just don't know. But now is the time, because it's not too soon and it's not too late as well for us to start that platform.
That's a promising elaboration from you, Anding. Now, since the industry is progressing, do you think that there are countless of undiscovered talents out there waiting for their break? Because it is synonymous to be famous nowadays on social media, getting oneself viral, where such incident did happen to Winnie Albert recently. And, you know, many have leverage on such platform to be recognized. The question is how credible such method is. Any of our talent, will they need to, you know, scout in a more aggressive manner?
Okay, virality is relevant. It is important. But you cannot create virality on your own. You know, it has to come with it has to come naturally. It has to be sincere. It has to be genuine, whether I like it or not. It is happening, and people are looking, and people are scrolling, because phone is the thing right now, right? And it's just, even people say that bad publicity is still a publicity. So to answer that question, we do have some undiscovered talents, and it's such a waste when looking at some of them has already lost passion in arts, and also doing what they love, because of, you know, we don't have that good infrastructure in the first place. But at the same time, they need more encouragement, also support, maybe not just from the government, but also from every one of us, teachers, and also the society itself. And sometimes when we look at another perspective, there are some lucky talents that went abroad, and they go globally, go internationally. But when it comes to unprivileged people who already has the talent, yeah, that is when they decided to go back balik kampung, and help their parents and such. So that is where the passion dies, and also that is where they got discouraged. So we need to rediscover these students and also these people to be in the limelight, to be in the spotlight, to make the art and also creative industry boom again here in Sarawak.
I'd like to thank Anding for his in-depth elaboration on the matter. Now, that's all the time we have for TVS News at 5. Once again, I'm Mohammad Yusuf. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.